Hi guys, Johnny Good here for realhomestudio.com. Today taking a look at 3 awesome ways to use iZotope vinyl. Just before we dive straight in, I want to remind you guys, please like and subscribe up to the channel here on YouTube. If you've got something to say, please do drop it in the comments box below. So here we are with iZotope vinyl, the free offering from iZotope. A couple of years ago, got a bit of a facelift. I find it a little bit easier to use than the original version. If you haven't got a copy of iZotope vinyl, you can head over to the link in the description box below and grab this plugin for free. Definitely recommend you do. It's really fun. You can get really creative with it. Particularly good for lo-fi stuff, and that's what I'm going to be using it for today. And I want to show you 3 ways which I really like to get creative with iZotope vinyl when I'm producing and mixing. As I say, particularly for lo-fi stuff where this plugin really comes to life. If you're not familiar with the plugin, it's essentially sort of breaks down into these 6 different decades and gives you 6 different creative flavors. And you can play around with like the RPM of the record. You've got a lo-fi setting to get like vintage sampler artifacts. You've got amount of wear that you want to bring on the record, and you can play around with mechanical, electrical noise. You can warp it, you can scratch it. You kind of get the idea. So you can kind of distort while you're working on in a sort of controlled manner. Let me just show you kind of what it does as it goes through the decades. It generally kind of sort of thins out as we get down to the 1930s. Let me just play this for you. So if I just activate vinyl, and let's just play through, go from 2000. And by 1930s, it's like, sounds like coming out of a gramophone. So you get the idea. You can get really creative. As I say, you can really delve deep into that and really play around with the settings as well. So the first way I really like to use iZotope vinyl is by dropping it onto the mix bus and then exporting a small section of the track and using it as a drop. So then I can just bring that mix down back in on my DAW. And it works very effectively in a track as a drop, and then you get that push back in, and you can do that with EQ, but vinyl's very effective. You kind of get it all in a one-stop shop, and it really gives you the sound you're after. Let me just give you an example. So here we've got called it as mix down. Here we've got that drop section, which sounds like this. I've also added some, let me show you some transitions to that. So, got like a bit of a whoosh. And I've also got a mallet swell and some cymbals. And also a reverse bass as well. Let me show you that. Now that all helps just to bring the track back in and give that drop a bit of a sense of sort of transition and make the track interesting. And it feels really fresh when it comes back in. You guys would have heard this on records loads and loads. Very effective way of doing it with the iZotope vinyl. Let's just take one more listen to that. Next up, I want to show you the spin down function on iZotope vinyl. Really cool. Essentially, it's just like turning off a record player. You get that cool sound as the record grinds to a halt. Can be really useful for sort of comedy moments on making videos and things like that and getting creative. Also really useful for outros. You could reverse it as well and use it for a build up or as an intro or a breakdown. It's just a really cool little creative function to have. So let me just show you what it does. So if it worked on your track, it could work really well as I say, for a section, either for an outro or just for a break. Or again, reversing it as well is a really good way of bringing a track back up again, or as an intro. It's a really cool, creative tool within the plugin. And finally, I'm using iZotope Vinyl on a drum loop here, and I'm enabling the LoFi option, which it says enables and disables vintage sampler artifacts. It kind of gives you that kind of vintage feel at the touch of a button. Again, you can go through all your different decades as well to kind of get the feel and flavor that you want. I really like this for like lo-fi beats and loops. Really like on strings as well. Well worth playing around on strings to get some really cool sounds out of it. Let me show you what it's doing. So there's our loop. Let's enable vinyl. Of course, if we want some dust, hear the crackles. And plenty of that if you want. Or you can dial it all out. Up the wear. Warp it. Scratch it. Just bypass it. So you can hear how much and what a difference. You can just get really creative, have a lot of fun with it. That's iZotope Vinyl, guys. Really cool, fun, creative plugin. You can just play around with it and come up with some really, really interesting stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Links for iZotope Vinyl are in the description box below, so go grab yourself a free copy of that. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like, subscribe up to the channel here on YouTube. Most importantly, guys, go have yourselves a great day.